Hey everybody, my name is Byron. I'm with Acklen Avenue, and I'm joined here with a panel of experts that you can see maybe in the recording. I'm not sure. I've got Victor, Saul, Richard, Osman, Javier, and Camilo with me. Uh, we're all software developers, and we're all with Acklen Avenue. And today we're going to be talking about what is an Acklen Avenue software developer. And so I'm going to try to lead us with some questions, and maybe we'll be able to all chime in and put out our opinions about things. But this is mostly to just think about what makes us different from everybody else, and if there's anybody on our team that is feeling like any other developer, then maybe we can help them understand, what they can shoot for, that can make them differentiate them from other developers. It also remind us what we stand for as a company, because we stand for some really different things. And let's see. Also, this is actually a really useful training tool that we'll use for our new initiates. Whenever we hire somebody new, we'll be able to say, hey, if you want to know what a developer does, go watch this video where you get to see some of your very experienced peers be able to tell you what we do, in addition to like a boring paper job description. Watch this video. So I'll just start this off with a simple, like a very general open-ended question, and I'll just kind of let you all take the mic. What is an Acklen Avenue software developer?
Somebody that solves problems.
Makes high quality code, writes high quality code.
Someone that is a great coworker.
Someone that helped his team to growth and learn from the experience they have.
Someone that is looking for new solutions on technology.
Yeah, doesn't have fear to try out new things. It's a very important thing as well. I think we're really open-minded as developers.
Yeah, I agree with all those things. What else?
I will also say that the Acklen Avenue developer is a developer that will not say this is possible to make something.
Yeah, we don't know mountains that are too high.
Deeply cares about quality.
Cool. Let me show this little thing here on my screen. Everybody see that?
Yeah.
What is that?
Squares.
Pixelated heart.
It's a bunch of squares arranged in a strange pattern. It looks like a Minecraft thing.
Minecraft.
It's a Minecraft heart. Well, this has become almost kind of like a logo, or maybe it is the logo. I don't know. It's kind of become part of our messaging, like who we are online and in our marketing stuff. But I think it means a lot. And to me, I think that this right here, kind of in a little image, sums up what makes an Acklen Avenue developer different from most developers out there. And we don't want to show any disrespect to other developers in our community, because we have a lot of amazing developers. But once we get into Acklen Avenue, I think everybody on our team can admit that once you've started at Acklen Avenue, a part of you kind of starts to change. The thing that drives you starts to change, and you start to do things differently. Would you all agree that that's correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean we're all different now, arguably better than we were before we started with Acklen Avenue. I can definitely say that's true. I'm a much better developer now than I was when we started Acklen Avenue 5 years ago. So I'm not going to hold this up for the entire time. But this right here It's not just love. It's not just a Minecraft heart. It's heart. So our new tagline is we build custom software with heart. Uh, so what do you all think that means? I know English is not your primary language, but just what does it mean to build things with heart?
It's just basically care about what we're building. Um, Treat that the project we're working on like it's our own, and if it succeeds, we succeed and stuff like that.
Think you have to put extra attention to minor details that you wouldn't if you wouldn't be developing without heart. So there's more chance of succeeding as well. And developing with heart is just like actually believing in the success of the project. Like
Yeah,
if it fails, you fail. If you succeed, you succeed. Just like Victor said.
yeah. Not only that, but actually caring about the client because there's someone, someone that actually wants you to create something, and we usually put in the feet of them, and we actually try to like give them better solutions in case they are needed. So yeah, we deeply care about that.
Yeah, I think it's because when a client comes to Acklen Avenue and they have a nice idea and they want to build it, they have they have some feelings about his idea. So we start developing that feeling, like feeling that success the client is going to have is going to be our success too.
I will also add this. It's not just to. Give me a reason. It's not just to develop for getting paid, for example. Just it's more than that. Is having passion. Is having pursuing fun on those projects and knowing that the success of the client is also our success.
We can't hear you, Byron.
Good call. So how do we know that we're doing things with heart? Or on the other hand, how do we know we're not doing something with heart? At what point do we cross that line?
I think when we stop caring, which I don't think that has happened, but it can get it to a point that you really stop caring about the project, and it's I just want to get this done and whatever, and then we just want to get done with it and move on to the next project. So that's maybe when your code is not that good anymore. Maybe coverage starts declining because you don't make unit tests because you don't care anymore about that either, and you're just doing things just to get over with it. I think that's the point you stop developing without heart.
Uh,
And you can also make like some excuses or or giving excuses for not doing things or just blocking new features, for example.
Cool. Was there something else?
yeah, when you start like not caring about your teammates or you start like having problems with them, then if you have problems with any of your teammates, then you would know that you're not caring about the project. Just
Yeah,
to add,
your heart's gone. But
yeah.
that doesn't really happen to us, or we're human beings. It happens to everybody. But when you realize that you're kind of losing heart, what are some things that we can do as developers to kind of get back into get our passion back, to get our heart back?
But like staying in the same project, I don't know. If you lose your heart in the middle of the project, the best thing you can do is maybe tell why. Like maybe, um, like it's really hard if you just say I'm tired of working with this technology. I don't like it, and this sucks. That will be really hard for you to get your heart back if you're going to keep using those tools. But maybe there's another reason. Maybe the client sucks. Spend the whole day doing yesterday. I'll have to redo it the next day just because they want to. So I think those things can be addressed. Like maybe the product owner or the scrum master can talk and try to give you more diverse features on the sprint, or I don't know. those kind of things can get you back to your heart.
Yeah, sometimes projects just get boring. You just keep doing CRUD for stuff and doing the same thing over and over. So when a developer gets bored, he sometimes loses heart. So to address that, you just have to find a way to make it more interesting, or start trying to make things differently to avoid the routine and to get bored
Another thing you could
programming.
do is like bring new developers, maybe like swap, or I don't know, or bring a new one. Like maybe sometimes fresh blood gets you the feeling of like you're starting over again the project, and you get more feeling
Yeah,
to get to work.
new blood.
Yeah, because I'm all bored. Let's say I'm all bored, and then Victor came to like a new one in the middle of the project. He's so hyped about it, and maybe that hype can get to me as well, and we get hyped
Hey,
together again.
It's like a
no
new kid,
one's bored with Victor.
a kid at Christmas with all the new presents. That's how
Yeah,
Victor is.
yeah.
Hey Javier, I think you got some opinions about this. How do you think us doing things with heart affects the client?
Well, you're going to notice that with decline happiness, the first person that is going to know if you are doing great things and you are loving what you do is the client. Um, because if you don't like what are you doing, that it's going to be translated to the project and how it looks and how we feel. You know.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. I've felt really strongly for quite a while about even without our new little logo. I've felt really strongly about doing things with passion. Since the very beginning, we've looked for people to join our team that have some sort of spark or passion for what they do, and which means that they have the capacity to get behind something with their heart and soul. And the like you said, the first person that will notice the benefit from our putting our heart into their projects is the client, because their product is going to be better. They're going to get excited because they see other people are excited about their product. I think that's incredibly important. Anybody else have any opinions about how us putting our heart into projects affects our client? I was going to mute, but go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, when you really love something, or when you really like to work on something, you go the extra mile. You pay attention to details, and you really want to show something great to the client. And if you stop doing that, probably the client won't won't continue with the project because it's going to be like the usual development experience. You have a product, but you don't feel like the person that who's doing that is really involved on the project.
Right.
I will also add that when we do things with the heart, um, we can also give like suggestions to the client that will affect the project, even like for example changing the name of the project that they have.
Yeah,
So
that's
that
happened
will,
recently, hasn't it?
yeah. So I think that if we have this heart for the project and working with the heart, we also make suggestions just not to have the feature that clients need completed, but provide for new feedbacks or new features that will be interesting for the project that maybe the client haven't think of. And I think that's one of the ways that our clients have success.
Right. Yeah, that has happened recently, and we as developers, our job is not just to build what we're told to build, right? We're all smart, we're creative people. We should be building what the client needs, not just what they say they need. So yes, our clients are super intelligent. They come to us with amazing ideas, and it's definitely their job to drive the product. But what they say that they need on Monday might change between Monday and Thursday, and if we can help them see that ahead of time, then we can own our client success so much better We're putting our heart and soul into it. Or if we're if we're just building step by step the things that we're told to build, then we're not really putting our heart into it. We're just putting our fingers on the keyboard and moving them around. And we might still produce software. That's what a normal developer can do. But we're not normal developers. We're like, I don't know, self-proclaimed super developers. All because of that, as we're putting our heart and soul into it. So think about your job, your day to day. How do you know that you're doing a great job?
We are on time with the features. Features are getting developed at the expectation of the client or even higher. Maybe you went to the extra mile, did some extra stuff. We have an amazing team of designers, so I really trust the user experience that they give us. So if I finish a car and I did the same look and feel and the same user experience that the designer said, I'll consider that I did a great job on that as well. So that's my opinion. I don't know the rest.
I think that you can ask some questions to yourself. Like, how do you feel about the project? Do you feel useful? Do you feel okay? Do you feel happy? And also, do you like the project? Um, and if you say yes to those questions, then probably there's a huge chance that you are making a good work. And also, how do you feel with your teammates? If you don't like, for example, I hate to work with Osman. I really cry when I had to work with him, and
But yeah,
probably
never work with me.
Who
when
does?
probably when we work together, we make bad stuff since I don't like to work with him. It's just an example.
It'd be like really ugly children. Like
Yeah.
if you all had children together, it'd be really ugly.
And also, you can ask to your teammates. There's some kind of fear to ask to the project manager or the person that you are making pair with. What do you feel about my job, or how do you feel working with me? There's always a good. There's always It's always a good time if you need to ask that kind of questions.
Cool.
Yeah,
Who
and
else?
as I have mentioned before, I know I'm doing a good job when I have a deep understanding on the project, and I know what I'm supposed to do. I know what's expected from me, and it doesn't always have to be that I'm doing stuff fast, but I know what I'm doing, and I know I'm doing it. When I know I'm doing something, when I know what I'm doing, I know I'm doing it okay because normally I have some standards of quality of code, how stuff should look and stuff like that. So if I have a clear idea of what I'm supposed to be doing, I think I'm doing a good job.
That actually, Victor, that actually brings up a really good a good point about probably another way to know that you're doing a good job. Um, if you are presented with one of those times when you feel like you really don't know what you're doing, you feel ill-equipped or ill-informed, whatever the case may be. As a developer, as an Acklen Avenue developer who develops with heart, what is your response? How do you know you're doing a good job? What's
Well,
the next thing you should do?
if I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing, I normally would ask somebody. My first option is my co-developer in the project, whoever is developing with me. Maybe he has a better idea. If we are both lost, maybe we should ask the scrum master. If the scrum master is lost as well, maybe we should ask the product owner, engagement manager, or the BA. The idea is that somebody in the project has to have an idea how things should be working. So the first thing, if we can figure it out in maybe tops, I would say an hour. If in an hour I don't have any idea of what I'm supposed to be doing, I should be asking somebody, because that'll get me up to speed and that'll get me something to do in the fastest way possible.
I think another way is that it's like maybe three steps of acceptance on the feature you're developing. Like maybe I finished and I think I did an amazing job, right? Like personally, because first I do the design, which was already amazing, and it looks exactly the same. Then my co-developer made a code review and made no comments about it. So I said that okay, I made a nice clean code, and then QA doesn't even send it to rework, and it's already in dev done. So the whole cycle tells me that I did an amazing job on the card.
Also, at the end of the cycle, you get those internal demos. So if you're pretty proud of what you've been building during those weeks or days or whatever the amount of time is, you feel pretty confident that you're doing a pretty good job because you like how the demo is going and how it went. So that's a
If you don't,
pretty awesome way to.
if you don't fear the demo, I think you're doing a good job.
Yeah, that's the right word.
Fear the demo. Awesome. What else? Um, some of the things that we've been working on a job description for a while, and I'm looking at it right now, just trying to see if there's any other things that I can add in here or ask you guys about. Um, I see that we're trying to be full stack developers. In fact, that's almost, I think it's the title that we're going for, is like full stack developer. So that's, we do something kind of different from the rest of the development world out there. Richard, can you tell us about how we approach end-to-end development or full stack development, and some compromises that we don't make on that?
First of all, like you mentioned, since we're full stack, we can pretty much own the entire cycle of the project. We can own the project because we can build either something that the client is using, like the user is going to be seeing, and something that it's going to be happening in the back. As far as compromises, maybe someone else can give me a hand on this one.
I might have
But
I might have asked the question wrong, but I would say that the majority of software companies that I know about will actually have front end developers and back end developers. But we say that we're full stack developers. And I guess what I was getting at is we don't really compromise on that. We've actually had plenty of times in our past where it kind of feels like the right thing to do to split up development between database, back end, front end. But we actually just resist that, not violently, but like strongly, and even to the point that we don't even do cards, like task cards, that are separate between front end and back end. And that's one thing that kind of differentiates us from other development shops. So I would add then that we know that we're doing a great job if we are pursuing the mastery of the full stack. Now, somebody comes to us and they're really back end heavy. We got some really amazing back end developers. We got some really amazing front end developers, and even if they're not like already mastering both front end and back end, they can still feel like they're doing a great job as long as they are pursuing mastery of the areas where they're not. What are some other areas that you all can think of that that we are constantly trying to improve in, uh, knowing that that constant improvement is part of knowing that we're doing a great job? What are some other areas where we're constantly trying to improve in as developers?
I don't know if we are doing it, but we should improve part of our social skills between coworkers. Uh, I think it's a problem with Hondurans in general that we often have that thing that we don't want to ask people something because they'll think we're stupid or something. And that sometimes, or not to say every time, is going to hold us back in some stuff. Is going to make us slow, or is going to slow every development process. So maybe we should stop thinking that and just ask stuff and talking to people and trying to gather information if we don't have it already. That's something we should be improving if we are not already.
Yeah. We could say that you know you're doing a great job at Acklen Avenue if you're asking questions. What else? What about languages and technologies?
Yes. Yeah, we're always trying to. Well, I don't know if it's always eager to try new stuff, but I just wanted to try new stuff right now. With the previous competition we had, that was really nice. That we made a competition to decide on a new tech stack. I don't think much companies do that, so that was really nice that we had that here. So for me, that's one thing that we should like feel excited when we're going to try something new. Like, as long as it's legit and we're convinced that it's gonna work for us, we should be really like eager. Like you don't lose nothing, you don't lose anything by trying something new. Like the worst thing can happen is that you suck at it, and then you can try another stuff. So I think we might work on that as well.
Yep.
So something cool about, and just to add, Osman, it's not just feeling like pretty happy or excited of testing a new technology, but once you selected something, feel equally excited or more excited.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
So
And not blame the tech stack. That thing we might have done that on the past, like blame the technology sometimes, and then we move on to something new, and we didn't even use correctly the one that we were using before. We think it's gonna be different because we're gonna try something new. We're gonna do the same mistake again, and then we're gonna move in again to a new one in 60 months, and we didn't even try the best way the last two tech stack that we have used. So that's another thing we might have to work on. Like if we pick something new, we have to master it, and maybe we get bored, or we say, okay, we're super awesome in this tech stack, let's try something new now, and then we repeat the cycle again.
Awesome. Okay, well, we're gonna close here in just a minute, but I want to close with a quick game, and I want to give each of you all one or as many chances as you'd like to tell future developers or existing developers something that they can do to make sure that they're doing a great job. It could be show up on time to meetings. Victor, that might be yours. I'm not sure. Victor's been into that one lately. But I'm in just a second. I'm going to give you all the chance. Now here are the rules of the game. I'm going to say your name quickly. Say something. Give that advice quickly. I'll move on to the next person. And then if you don't have anything to say, just say pass. Once we get through everybody in the group and everybody's saying pass, 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 then we'll end the call, and that'll be all. Any questions? Any questions about the rules of the game?
nope.
I'm going to show this right here one more time because this is what we're all about at Acklen Avenue. We're all about heart, and if we can do everything with this, with our heart and our soul, then it almost doesn't matter exactly what we're doing, like specific little things. If we're just putting our heart into what we're doing, then we can't go wrong. All right, you all ready for the game? Okay, Mike's unmuted. Who cares about echo? Just for a little while. And try to keep your things quick. Okay. All right, it's going to go Victor, Saul, Richard, Osman, Javier.
Okay, be on time for meetings. Be aware of your team's schedule and try not to make them lose time. That's
Saul.
something important.
Um, love to code, love to work with pairs. I mean, love to work with my teammates, love to work with my friends and be happy work coding.
So I will use them all at once, all in one thing. Richard, go.
Do your best to communicate effectively.
Osman.
That's fine.
Read the documentation on new stuff you're trying out.
Kidding. Javier.
Be a great coworker.
Camilo.
Keep learning.
Victor.
Um, keep yourself aware of the quality of the things you're doing.
Saul,
Pass.
of course. Richard,
Always help your coworkers.
Osman.
Don't push directly to the master.
Okay, Javier.
Use PHP.
Camilo. I'm gonna skip Javier from now on. Camilo.
Uh, pass.
Pass.
Victor. Richard.
Hello. Sorry. Pass.
Osman.
Uh, don't use inline CSS.
Camilo.
Uh, pass.
Javier.
Don't be afraid to ask questions.
Victor.
Don't be afraid to try new stuff.
Saul.
Pass.
Richard.
Don't blame your teammates for something you did wrong.
Osman.
Blame your teammate when they did something wrong.
Javier.
If breaks on dev is follow QA.
Camilo.
Don't be afraid of trying new things.
Victor.
Pass.
Saul.
I will be able to help.
Okay, Richard.
Own your features.
Osman.
Be honest with your teammates about their work.
Javier.
Pass.
Camilo.
Don't do force push.
Except if you rebase. Victor.
Yeah.
Pass.
Don't do rebases. Kidding. Saul.
Pass.
Richard.
Don't avoid communications with your teammates, especially if they ask for help.
Osman.
I pass.
Javier.
Always try to pair programming.
Camilo.
Always tell what you think.
Victor.
Pass.
Saul.
Pass.
Richard.
If possible, go the extra mile.
Cool. Osman.
Own the demos, internal demos.
Javier.
Be a nice person, not only a good developer.
Camilo.
Pass.
Victor.
Pass.
Saul.
Um, don't forget to attend to the summits.
Richard.
Thank you. Okay, so take your time to analyze information. You might make mistakes, so think before you talk.
Mistakes are normal and expected. Osman.
Yeah.
Don't tell your whole life story during the dailies.
Thank you. Javier.
Keep dailies short.
Camilo.
Pass.
Victor.
Pay attention in meeting.
Saul.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Pass.
Saul. Richard.
Don't waste other people's time.
Osman.
I pass.
Javier.
I pass.
Camilo.
Pass.
Victor.
Pass.
Saul.
Pass.
Richard.
Always act professional when you're in client meetings.
Osman.
If you feel comfortable, just say it and don't keep it to yourself.
I'm feeling uncomfortable. Javier.
Pass.
Camilo.
Always wear pants for meetings.
Yes. Actually, I don't. I was going to say I don't think that has actually ever happened, but I'm not going to say that. Victor?
Pass.
Saul?
I want to make Victor angry, so I will say something. That's all.
Okay.
Okay, if possible, collaborate in other areas that aren't of your expertise.
Osman.
Pass.
Javier.
Pass.
Camilo.
Pass.
Victor.
Pass.
Saul.
Pass.
Richard?
Speak up if you have any improvements of the process, even though it's the best process you've ever had.
Osman?
Pass.
Javier,
Pass.
Camilo,
Practice for internal demo.
Victor,
Oh,
Pass.
Saul,
Pass.
Richard,
do code reviews. Don't just like scrabble to the code. Read the code and don't merge things that aren't good.
Osman,
Buy an external webcam.
Javier.
Um, Test your code before push.
Isn't it amazing how many things that we can say about this? Camilo,
Yes.
Buy a good headset.
oh, please. Can we just take a moment and let that sink in?
Yeah, we can stop on that one and make a big call. That's
Yeah.
that's important.
Yeah. Everybody stop coding right now and record yourself with a TV blasting in the background. And then if it sounds bad, turn up the volume and play it in a loop 50 times. And then
That's
buy
50.
a really good headset. Okay, Victor,
Pass.
Saul,
Pass.
Richard,
Be willing to ask to help other developers not in your team, which is pretty important.
Osman,
Man, Richard stalled it. I pass.
Javier,
I pass.
Camilo,
Pass.
Victor,
Pass.
Saul,
Pass.
Richard.
Even if you're a junior developer and you would like to lead the project and nobody else is doing that, go ahead and do it yourself.
I think Richard has like a list
Yeah.
going down. I
Maybe
think
maybe
awesome.
maybe we should give him a Hangout square for himself and just let him go over
Richard.
that list while we go to it.
I'm going to call Richard's name a few times. Richard?
No, man. I mean, I need some time to think about them.
Oh, okay. Osman?
Pass.
Javier?
Pass.
Get ready, Richard. Camilo?
Pass.
Victor?
Pass.
Saul?
Pass.
Richard?
Always remember that tools are tools. It's important that you people are the one that are coding, so don't blame it on tools and give good solutions.
Awesome.
Now
I'm going to break the rules, and I'm going to say this was a great call, and I appreciate all of your input. I think that we are a better company because of you guys and because of all your coworkers. We can't go wrong, and I love working with you guys. And we'll stop the game there, and we'll call this a day. Thanks for your time.
awesome.
God, see you.
Right.
Later.
Bye.